Hey, how's it going, everyone? Andrew Pays with a little bit of a different video for you this time. Normally here with the Birds on the Bat 162 game franchise, you'll see the recap videos of whatever series I have just completed. But this time we're doing something different. We are doing a month recap for the month of April, as I have finally finished the first month of the season. The last series is going to be coming up soon. It's the series against the Pirates. We had one game in April, so technically we're a little bit into May at this point. I have finished that series. I am working on that video to give you the recap of that. That'll be uploaded sometime within the next few days or so. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick look around the league, because the recap videos just show what's going on with the Cardinals, and you're not really seeing what's going on outside of the Cardinals. You're not seeing what's going on in the American League at all, and you're only seeing what teams are playing the Cardinals, how they do against the Cardinals. Maybe you'll see their record here and there, but you don't know where they are in the standings. Also, we're going to take a look at who the league leaders are. We're going to take a look at some of the monthly awards. So we're just going to take a full look around the league, give you an update on where everyone in the league stands after the month of April and where the Cardinals fit into that context. Now, keep in mind, I did play a couple games into May with the Pirates series, so these will have a few spoilers in terms of what I've done in the Pirates series, because I know I'm posting this video before I post the Pirates recap. But if I have posted the Pirates recap at this point, why don't you go watch that first and then come back to this one? It's up to you. But let's go ahead and take a look around the league and see where everyone is after the month of April. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look around the league at the standings. And right now we have the AL East, and the Yankees have the best record in baseball, not only just in the American League East. They have the best record in baseball at 20-8. They are one of two teams who have yet to lose 10 games. They have a huge run differential. They've scored 151 runs and only allowed 99. So they have, what was that, plus 52 on the run differential. So they are running away with the division right now. The Rays are 4.5 back. Red Sox below 500 at 6.5. Blue Jays at 7.5. Orioles at they've flipped the Yankees record. They have yet to win 10 games, as they are now 8-20. American League Central has the other team that have yet to lose 10 games, the Minnesota Twins, which is a difference from their real life counterparts. They are 5.5 up on the White Sox. They are the only team in the division that are above 500, and they have yet to lose 10 games. They are doing it well with the pitching, as they have only allowed 92 runs this entire season, which is actually not the strong suit for the Twins. The strong suit for the Twins is their hitting. So they are in the lead there in the Central. Like I said, White Sox, they're one game under 500, and you have the Indians, Tigers, and the Royals bringing up the rear. American League West, we have the Angels. Look at this division, though. This is a tight division. Last place Athletics are only 4 games out. The Angels are 18-11. They have only a +7 run differential, so you wonder how long that's going to keep up with them winning 7 more games than they've lost. 7 more games than they've lost. Astros are 1.5 games back. Mariners are 2 back. Rangers are also 2 back. And like I said, the Athletics, they're just under 500, but they are only 4 games back. So the American League West is very tight after the first month of the season. Although Rangers are struggling because they are 0-6 against teams in their own division, so they might want to pick that up. Moving on, there's the American League wildcard, which we don't really care about after the first month of the season. National League East. We have the New York Mets at 17-10 as the front runners so far. They've got a 4-game winning streak. If you guys remember the Phillies series, we stopped a Phillies they had won 6 straight after they won the first game of the series against us. They had come in winning 5 straight. They got to 6 straight, but then they lost 2 out of 3 the rest of the series. Since then, they've lost 3 straight. So they got swept in whatever series they had next. It might have been against the Mets or the Braves, either one. But the Phillies were leading up until now. They're 1 game above 500. Marlins are at 500, and the Braves and the Nationals are under 500. Still fairly tight, as the Nationals are only 5 games out of the lead with the Mets. So this is also a fairly tight division. Only one team is above 500 at home, with the Marlins at 6-5. Everyone else is either at 500 or below 500. So they're not really, the Mets are definitely an away team, as they have an 11-4 record away from New York. Interesting. All right, we're going to skip over to the National League West, and we'll do the Cardinals division, the National League Central last. So we're going to go back around the horn this way. National League West has a tight-knit group at the top, and then the Rockies down here at 8-20. So Rockies are down at the bottom, 8-20. Not really a surprise, honestly, based on their team. Dodgers are leading the division at 17-12. Padres are at 16-13. Diamondbacks 15-13, and so are the Giants. So 4 teams within a game of a half of each other. Only 2 games above 500 for at least for 4 of the 5 teams in the division. The Rockies are definitely not going to make a threat, but all 4 of the rest of the teams in the West are threatening right now. They're even beating each other up within their own division, with the Dodgers with the best record at 10-4, but everyone else kind of hovering around that 500 mark. And at long last, the National League Central, where the St. Louis Cardinals, the team that I am controlling, we are leading the division, but not by much. We are 2 games above 500. We have a half-game lead on the Reds and a 1-game lead over the at 500 Cubs and Brewers. So while it's nice to be first place after a month, I know I've got a lot of work cut out for me because I started out poor. Actually, let's go ahead and do a quick recap of how the Cardinals month went. So April, we started out pretty bad. We started out with we got swept in Cincinnati, including the last game we got walked off on a 3-run home run by Jesse Winker. By the way, all of these series, except for the Pittsburgh series at the very end, all of these series are up on YouTube if you want to watch the recap of those. Make sure to go through my playlist, the Birds on the Bat franchise playlist. We bounced back in Miami, won 2 out of 3. But then we lost 2 out of 3 over the next 2 series against Milwaukee and I almost said Wisconsin. Milwaukee and Washington. But then we bounced back with 2 straight, winning 2 out of 3 against the Phillies and Washington. So we kind of split a 6-game series with Washington here, losing 3 and winning 3, including our offensive explosion video, 16-6, which kind of turned out. We won 3 straight off of that. Then we bounced back and did to the Reds what they did to us. We swept the Reds in St. Louis after they swept us in Cincinnati. So between Cincinnati and Washington, who we each played 6 times, I ended up with a 3-3 record against both of those teams. So I was at 500 there. The Phillies, we played 7 times this month. I ended up winning 4 out of 7, so 4-3. And then we took Miami, we took 2 out of 3. And then the last day of the month, we won against Pittsburgh. Again, spoilers, I haven't posted the Pittsburgh recap video yet, but you'll get the highlights of these games here in a couple days. But Pittsburgh, we won 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh. Now we're on May 2nd. So that's the month recap for the Cardinals. Now, let's take a look at the league leaders, shall we? That's not the right place. Let's go to the awards first. Let's do the awards. Player of the month. So, for April in the American League, pitcher of the month, Garrett Cole. He went 6-0 with a 1.58 ERA and 49 strikeouts. Holy crap. That is definitely worth pitcher of the month. Player of the month, Gleyber Torres, batting .376 with 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. And the rookie of the month is Jose Rojas, a third baseman for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who batted .310 with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. For the National League, pitcher of the month, Chris Paddock, 7-0 with a 1.66 ERA and 26 strikeouts. Lock things down for San Diego. Good night. And then the player of the month is Justin Turner, who batted .358 with 13 home runs in the month of April and 31 RBIs. And our rookie of the month is none other than community created player Cody Koshin, catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who hit .333 with 4 home runs and 13 RBIs. If you guys missed my top 10 community created player ranking video, Cody was at the top of that. So there's no surprise that he is our rookie of the month here. All right, so now let's take a look at the league leaders. So batting average. Let's do American League first. We'll do batting average. You got Brett Gardner leading the way at 397. A bunch of players above 300 here. First month of the season, you're going to see these inflated numbers. These are going to keep going down as the season goes along. Although Gleyber Torres is hurt, apparently. But you got a couple of Yankees leading the way in batting average. I mean, they're 20-8, so you gotta think they have some players performing well. Mike Trout, 341. Rendon, 340. So back-to-back Angels here at 5 and 6. Eloy Jimenez doing well at 361. Josh Donaldson, 358. Normally known for more his power than his average, but has done a good start to the season. Elvis Andrus with a 336 average. National League, we've got Justin Turner leading the way at 366. Mookie Betts, Jonathan India. So in both leagues, the team with some of the best records, you had 2 Yankees at the top here, 2 Dodgers at the top here with Turner and Betts. And then I've got someone in the top 10. I've got Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman, who is batting 330. But he is no longer going to be on this list by the end of May because he dislocated his ankle and might be out for the entire season. So that is also going to be on the recap. That's a little bit of a spoiler because that happened in the Pittsburgh series. So that's a little bit of a spoiler there. But Tommy Edman is out for the entire season potentially with a dislocated ankle. But he was batting 330 when he went down. He was doing great at my leadoff spot. So that might be a position we're going to be looking to trade for at the deadline. Because right now my starting second baseman is now Edmundo Sosa, and I brought up Jose Rondon. Or Rodon. Is it Rodon? No, Rodon is the pitcher for the White Sox. Rondon. Jose Rondon as my backup infielder to fill Edmundo Sosa's spot. So that's a bummer. Hits. We can skip through these. Home runs. Justin Turner leading the way with 13 in the National League. Tyler O'Neill is tied for third with 9. So that's a Cardinals representation there. American League, Elvis Andrus, Franmil Reyes, and Eloy Jimenez leading the way with 11. How is Elvis Andrus not the player of the month instead of Gleyber Torres? Because good Lord, he's got high average and he was hitting home runs. What in the world is going on with Elvis Andrus? A 71 overall with 11 home runs and top 10 in average for the month of April. Good Lord. RBI leader is Franmil Reyes with 28, tied with Gleyber Torres. Okay, that's probably why. National League, Justin Turner and Cody Bellinger, 1-2. You also have 2 Mets up here with Pete Alonso and Dominic Smith. Keston Hiura for the Brewers, Jesse Winker for the Reds, Freddie Freeman, Tatis and Hosmer at 21. My leader is Harrison Bader with 19, which is interesting because he's only batting 190, but he's coming up big in RBI spots. He's batting 190. He's got 4 home runs, and he's leading the team with 19 RBIs. I don't know how that happened. He needs to start picking up his average, though, when there's not players on base. Stolen bases, we got Tim LaCastro of the Diamondbacks leading the way. A bunch of players tied at like 7, 6, and 5. And then American League, Adalberto Mondesi with 7. And Benintendi with 6. So the Royals have 3 of the top 4 in stolen bases. So they're a speed team. But it's not really translating into wins as they're at the bottom of the AL Central right now. Let's see. On base percentage, Josh Donaldson. Look at him go. And then Mookie Betts and Justin Turner for the Dodgers. All right, let's move on to pitching. So Chris Paddock is leading the way with wins. A bunch of people with no losses, including Miles Michaelis. Hey. Saves, Roberto Osuna with 11. Diaz and Melanson with 10. And a bunch of players with 9, 8, and 7, like Alice Reyes. In the American League, we got 11, 11, 10 for Nick Anderson, Tyler Rogers, and Raisel Iglesias. Whoops, wrong button. ERA. Right now, Jacob deGrom. Oh, who saw this one coming? Jacob deGrom is leading the way with a 1.19 ERA, although that hasn't translated into wins. And again, surprise, surprise, the Mets never give him any run support. Followed by Strasburg, and then your pitcher of the month, Paddock. Lucchesi and DeSclafani round out your players that have an under 2 ERA. And the Cardinals do have an entry in the top 10 with Miles Michaelis at 277. He is the only pitcher on my staff, I think, who has below a 4 ERA, honestly. American League, Michael Pineda, 0.7 ERA. Lucas Giolito, 0.93. Good night. The top 8 all are under 2. You have Garrett Cole with 158. Yarbrough with 170. Talion and Tehran 174. So everyone in their top 10 except for Jordan Lyles is under 2. Jordan Lyles barely above 2 at 201. Good night. The American League has a lot of good pitching. Look at this. There's 3 Yankees. No wonder the Yankees are 28. There's 3 Yankees in the top 10 for ERA. You got Kluber, Talion, and Cole, all below 2 ERAs for the Yankees. That is ridiculous. Strikeout leader is Garrett Cole, followed by Giolito, Bieber, and Kopech, and Eduardo Rodriguez. And the National League, we have, surprise, surprise, DeGrom, followed by Lynette, Burns, Morton, Clevenger, and Darvish. Padres know how to strike them out for sure. And let's see. Oh, let's take a look at for you analytics people out there. Let's take a look at WAR. Pitching WAR, we got Jacob DeGrom leading the way at 1.4. Lucas Giolito at 1.5 for the American League. And then batting WAR, Mike Trout, surprise, surprise, 2.0. And Justin Turner, 2.0. Now, for those of you that don't know what WAR is, it is called wins above replacement. And basically, it is a measure of how much value a player adds to his team. Basically, so for example, Justin Turner right here has this is going to be easy to explain because it's an even number. He has a 2 wins above replacement, which means if you replace Justin Turner with an average player, you would expect to get 2 fewer wins as a team without Justin Turner in your lineup if you replace him with a league average player. So Justin Turner adds 2 wins to his team just by how well he's playing. So he's added 2 wins to the Dodgers because of his performance in April. So that is what a win above replacement is, and it's split out between batting and pitching. So we already did the American League. So, all right, there we go. So that is the league leaders. We've done the awards. We've done the standings. I think that's going to wrap things up. So thank you very much for watching. This has been the April recap of the Birds on the Bat franchise. Make sure you keep looking up these recap videos. Like I said, I'll be posting the Pirates series recap here soon. But until next time, guys, stay blessed and take care. In terms of the... I'm completely blanking right now. I have no idea what to say. Okay, reset, refocus.